Hi everyone, it's Eric from Deadly Distractions, back again with another video. Today I have 10 tips for hosting your own virtual murder mystery party. Let's jump right into it and see what we've got. Number 1. Choose the right mystery. When you're picking a murder mystery game to play with your family or friends or coworkers, you want to first find the right one that'll fit for your group. And what I mean by this is choosing between one that's scripted or more free-flowing, or maybe even on the unusual side. I have found that scripted murder mysteries are easier to pull off in an online setting because you usually only have one person talking at a time. And it also makes it easier to balance the different mechanics like speaking privately to other people or controlling the passage of time or moving to different rooms inside of the mystery. Choosing the right mystery also means picking the right theme for your group. Obviously, if you're having a holiday party, you'll want one to fit the group. Let's say you're having a birthday for someone who wants a murder mystery themed in the 70s or 60s. You'll want to find something that fits that theme, of course. Number 2, read the whole thing. If you are hosting the virtual event, you'll want to be very familiar with all of the ins and outs of the mystery before you get started. Now, this means that some of the secrets, surprises, and spoilers are going to be spoiled for you, but you'll be better able to host and handle the unexpected during the course of the murder mystery night. And everyone will thank you for it. Number 3, when you are hosting an online event, it's easy to send some of the details to your characters ahead of time, especially if you've read the whole thing. You'll know what details you can give away ahead of time to help your characters get into character, perhaps pick out costumes, maybe work on an accent if they are feeling especially bold. But it also helps people get more comfortable with the game when they have longer to think about it and they are exposed to it ahead of time. Number 4. Whenever you are hosting a party, it's inevitable that something is going to come up at the last minute for one of your guests. One of the ways that you can solve this for a murder mystery party game is to just have some extra people who serve as additional detectives. Maybe they're not playing characters, but they are watching the events unfold. Usually every group has some people that are more comfortable observing anyway. They don't want to get directly involved in the action, whether for their own personal comfort reasons or they just don't like murder mystery games, but they would still like to be with the people that they care about. This way, if someone does back out at the last minute and they're playing an important character that can't just be written away at the last minute, you have someone that can jump in and take their place, even if they're a little bit unprepared. It's better than having nothing at all. The other way that you can handle this is tip number 5. As the host and the person who is most familiar with the party game that you are hosting, you have the ability to combine roles. If your story has 2 minor characters that don't have a whole lot of information to share, or maybe they are extras, they could be combined into one character if one of those people who was originally supposed to play a character isn't able to make it to the party. Tip number 6. At the start of the event, when you have everyone logged on to your virtual meeting hosting service, whether it be Zoom or Google or some other, I would highly encourage you to do a sound check with everybody. This serves a few different purposes. First, it gets everyone familiar with the audio controls. They'll want to know how to mute themselves, unmute themselves, adjust their speaking volume if they're too loud or too quiet. And it'll also allow everyone to adjust their volume on their end so that you can avoid things like feedback, echo, or if someone has their own speaker volume turned down too low and they can't hear people, they can make that adjustment before anything important happens in the game. This is also where you'll start to find if anyone has connectivity issues. When someone has a slow upload speed and they're running video and audio through the internet, sometimes it can slow down both of them. It's unfortunate, but the best solution in this case is for the person with connectivity issues to just turn off their video and go audio only, and that will allow them to have a smoother experience and everyone will be able to hear each other, which is the most important thing in a murder mystery game. As a last resort, if you're having sound issues, you can type things out in a chat box and make sure that everyone has access to the same information. It's not ideal, but it'll work in a pinch. Tip number 7. As host, you'll want to plan some breaks and let people know ahead of time when those breaks are going to be. I always like to include at least an intermission, but a couple extra breaks for online play would be great for people to stretch their legs, refill their drink, or visit the bathroom. Remember, the point of the event is not to get through the murder mystery as quickly as possible, but for everyone to have as much fun as they can while they're doing it. Tip number 8. If there are some quiet characters in your group, people who might be on the shy side, something that you can do as host is engage them and ask them what their thoughts are. This is going to be up to your discretion, of course, but if you want to find a way to include those people or have them contribute more to the conversation, and you feel like they just might need a little bit of prompting or a direct question their way, feel free to throw it in there. On the other hand, if you have someone who's just playing along and wants to observe, it's better to let them play the game that they want to play. Tip number 9. At the end of the game, one of the most fun parts is letting everyone add their own information to the conclusion. Sometimes characters will have secrets or hidden goals or things that they'll want to reveal at the end of the game if no one was able to figure out what they were really up to. I've found that some people are very eager to jump in and share their secrets at the end, but you want to make sure everyone has the opportunity to do that and have the aha moment for everyone that's on the game. Tip number 10. As host, you'll want to know ahead of time how you're going to conclude the evening. And what I mean by this is you get to the end of the game and everyone has shared their secrets and we found out who the killer was. But now we're at that awkward phase where we don't know if we should say goodbye or chat more. In an online setting, it's hard to know when to sign off, so you'll want to have an exit strategy for everyone. You can start by thanking everyone for joining, talk about when the next activity might be, and then quickly push that leave meeting button at the bottom. If your group wants to hang out a little bit longer, it's okay to do that. Just let them know that that's what's happening and there is a clear distinction between the hanging out period of the evening and the murder mystery part of the evening. Those are my 10 tips for hosting a virtual murder mystery party game. I'm Eric with Deadly Distractions. Thank you for watching.